Good evening and welcome to NEWSBREAK Live. I'm Hiba Sama. Thanks so much for joining us. If you've seen goats munching on weeds in the city of Torrance, well, they will be leaving soon. Today is the last day the goats will be taking care of business. Every year, staff brings in a contractor for weed abatement to help the city stay environmentally friendly while being cost-effective and efficient. The same contractor as last year from Fire Grazers Inc. brought in nearly 200 goats to cover 4 locations. That was nearly 15 acres. This started work in June and covered the Walteria Reservoir between Crenshaw and Rolling Hills Road, Bluff Avenue property via Corona Hillside, and they're at Elm Avenue water property today. The herd completes a job in a single day that would take 2 or 3 times as long with a landscaping crew. They are natural mountaineers and can easily clear areas that are difficult to access, and the organic compost they leave behind also works to repair the soil. Now, are you prepared for the big one? With 2 recent earthquakes shaking it up here in Southern California, seismologists are encouraging people to be prepared. The recent earthquakes were 6.4 and 7.1 in magnitude, both of which were near Ridgecrest, California. The state is considered to be one of the 3 high-risk areas by the Department of Homeland Security. Here are some steps you can take to protect yourself. First, make sure your home safety is a priority. Secure objects that might fall, collect critical documents such as identification, legal and medical files. Secondly, put together an emergency supply kit that should last you at least 3 days. This should include water, food, flashlight, medication, sanitation supplies, backup power, clothing, blankets, a whistle, and cash, to name a few. The American Red Cross suggests people to have a plan when there's an emergency on how to evacuate, keeping in mind a plan for your pets as well. Now, when an earthquake hits, drop, cover, and hold on. Protect your head and torso. Stay indoors until the shaking stops, and when you leave, make sure it's safe. If you're in a car, pull over to a clear location and stop. To find more information, go to redcross.org or fema.gov. There's one fast food chain across the country that is giving away free food today. If you haven't yet stopped by Chick-fil-A, you still have until 7 p.m. tonight to receive a free entree. But the catch is you have to dress up as a cow to get one. This is in honor of their annual Cow Appreciation Day. The rules are you have to wear any sort of cow apparel to a location. It's the 15th annual event of its kind that takes place at all of their 2,400 locations across the country. It coincides with Chick-fil-A's award-winning marketing campaign featuring the Eat More Chicken Cows. There are 2 locations in the city of Torrance. A local restaurant is celebrating its cuisine's heritage this week. Madre in downtown Torrance is honoring Oaxacan Heritage Month with a curated 4-course mezcal dinner. You can purchase tickets for the 7 to 10 p.m. special that will highlight Oaxaca through dishes specially prepared by founder Ivan Vasquez. There'll be food paired with an exclusive bunch of mezcal offerings to help transport you out of Los Angeles and into Oaxaca. There'll be live music, and a portion of the proceeds will benefit a library project that is expanding and helping children in the community to further their education in Oaxaca. Tickets are $85, and you can buy them at eventbrite.com. A local scout is helping seniors in the community become more tech savvy. Amanda King, who is also a senior program volunteer, created an 8-week program called Tech for Seniors at the Bartlett Senior Center. Now through August 12th, you can stop by on Mondays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to learn how to make your smartphone be really smart. Kane created the program for her Gold Award Scout project, and it is designed to teach those who didn't grow up with technology more about how to use their smartphone. The 2-hour class covers different topics such as how to use your cell phone, social media use, and recently attendees learned how to use the App Store, notes, weather, maps, and health. So far, the workshop has been well attended. The event is located at the 2nd floor dining room. A local organization is looking to recognize businesses, nonprofits, and individuals who are making a difference for the environment. The application process is open for the SEED Award. There are various categories you can apply for, including environmental leadership, innovation, pollution prevention, education and outreach, sustainable small business, to name a few. The South Bay Business Environmental Coalition honors various people and groups that have exhibited excellence in helping to improve environmental sustainability and quality of life in the South Bay. The ceremonial event, when nominees are honored, is the only one of its kind in the South Bay, partnering businesses with local government and showcasing environmental leaders in their communities. The deadline to apply is Wednesday, July 31st. A popular event at the Madrona Marsh is returning. General Manager of the Madrona Marsh, Melissa Lobo, will discuss the native raptors found at the preserve. She'll help attendees take a closer look at owls and falcons. Pre-registration is recommended for the event that will take place on July 20th from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Lobo will focus on behavior, identification, conversation. There will be live raptors on display as well. To contact the Nature Center, call 310-782-3989 or visit friendsofmadronamarsh.com. You still have the chance to check out a one-of-a-kind museum at Del Amo Fashion Center that will make your mouth water. The foodie space will be open to the public through this Sunday only. The place allows people to take pictures, perfect for social media, through interactive art exhibits, including colossal glitter fries that you can marry, playing with an overflowing pho bowl, and much more. All of the interactive exhibits were created by local artists. The space is the second pop-up of its kind. You can only buy tickets online at showclicks.com. Now let's get to the weather. Today there was a high of 73 degrees and an expected low of 63 tonight. Tomorrow it will be cloudy with a high of 73 degrees, and on Thursday you can expect it to get warmer with a high of 75. Now, when Yorkshire Square Brewery opened 2 years ago in Old Torrance, it's distinguished itself as the only brewery in California to offer British cask-aged ales. It's now celebrating its second anniversary with a new and equally British offering, authentic pub food with a twist. Colleen Farrell brings us this story from Old Torrance.
And this is just putting a huge amount of air into the beer, giving it that body.
Yorkshire Square Brewery owner Gary Croft is an agent of change when it comes to Southern California's craft brew scene. 2 years ago, this British expat left his 35-year career in the pharmaceutical industry to open the first brewery in the state and the second in the country to produce British cask-aged ales.
I think more than anything else, it was a part of growing up in Britain. I wanted to see if we could do it really well here in the United States, and I think we have.
The secret in creating a genuine cask ale lies in its low alcohol and carbonation content. It's this that generates its bold, smooth taste.
We can end up with a beer that is sub 5%, which means, it's a sessionable beer. It's a beer that you can drink a couple of and maybe even go for a third one, whereas bigger beer, you're one and done or two and done. So you can get a lower alcohol beer with a huge taste.
With the beers in a good place, Croft is now ready for phase 2 of his dream, serving food with his ales. He hired chef Bruno Wu, formerly with the famed Katsuya restaurant group, to bring it to fruition, opening Snap Tim Eatery inside the brewery. It offers a traditional British pub menu with a California twist, reflecting a culinary renaissance now happening in Europe.
We're doing a lot of things with some avocado and greens, and we're trying pickled vegetables as well, so we're trying to lighten the palate a little bit as well.
But if it's the classics you're after, you won't be disappointed. The menu offers bangers and mash, Scotch eggs, and shepherd's pie, all with a slight update, such as the fish and chips flight.
We're dipping the same piece of Pacific cod into 3 different beer batters, so we're able to showcase 3 different beers that are brewed here right at Yorkshire Square in our food as well. And we're trying to incorporate a lot of the beer into the menu as well.
Chef Wu also takes special care to ensure the menu pairs well with each of Croft's carefully crafted ales, all creating that beer-food synergy Croft is after. Mission accomplished. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Colleen Farrell.
Thanks, Colleen. The beer community is taking notice of Yorkshire Square Brewery. It recently took home a gold medal at the Los Angeles International Beer Competition, and Beer Advocate magazine named it one of the 3 best new breweries in America. For more information and taproom hours, visit the website yorkshiresquarebrewery.com. And don't forget to tune into the City Council meeting tonight at 7 p.m. The city will be presented with the Soul Smart Gold Designation and Special Recognition Award, recognizing Torrance for its efforts to go solar. Then find out if the city will adopt an ordinance to extend the moratorium for the use of a mobility device. You can celebrate with 7-Eleven with a free treat this Thursday. Celebrating the company's 92nd birthday, 7-Eleven is offering free small Slurpees from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you join 7 Rewards and use the app to scan your free 7-Eleven Day Slurpee, you will also receive a coupon for 1 free Slurpee of any size the next day that is good for 30 days. This is the 16th year the store chain has had this deal, and it's the 52nd year since the Slurpee was introduced into its inventory. A popular Toy Story 4 toy is being removed from shelves. Disney is voluntarily recalling 80,000 Forky plush toys over a choking hazard. The 11-inch toy is a stuffed replica of a character in Disney Pixar's Toy Story 4 movie. The toy could be becoming a choking hazard to young children who pull off googly eyes, which are made of plastic, and put them in their mouths. So far, there have been no reports of any injuries, but Disney has recalled the items. The toys have been sold nationwide in Disney stores and theme parks and online at shopdisney.com from April through June of this year. Anyone who's purchased a toy can bring it back to any Disney store retail location for a full refund. Now let's get to events. This Friday, the Torrance Marriott Redondo Beach is partnering up with Absolution Brewery for Pint Night at the hotel. From 4 to 6 p.m., you can stop by to learn about the brewery's beer along with tastings. There will be complimentary parking for the evening. Then Del Amo Fashion Center is kicking off its summer music series this Saturday at 2 p.m. There'll be live music from local artists, food and drink samples at the Outdoor Village. The event is free. Well, in just 2 minutes, Gilles from the Torrance Rose Float Association will talk about one of their largest fundraisers coming up that you won't want to miss. We'll be back.
When I was in high school, I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home, and that's hard when you feel like you're doing it alone. That's when I met an artist, my mom, as I'll call her. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but your future is more important. She's my strength. Just being a support for those hard days and those hard nights, not giving up on me. Thank you to my mama. I wouldn't have did this if it wasn't for her. Today is for my mama and everybody who had my back. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Some people think, well, maybe it's really not that big of a deal, but it really is. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
My name is Hunter Hayes, and I know my buzzed warning signs. One shot is about knowing my limits, or not necessarily knowing my limits.
I start with one shot to have a good time. Everybody knows how easy one can turn into 5.
I think a sign that I'm buzzed is when I start solving not only my own problems, but the entire world's problems. When I know I'm going out, I know I'm gonna start with calling for a ride.
One shot at a time.
Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Cut.
Yeah.
No, that was great.
You sure? You guys happy? Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
great.
Easy day, man. Thank you so much.
Totally, yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Do you want us to sign your guitar?
No.
I mean, we totally do.
We'll
Yeah,
sign
it's
it.
fine.
We'd be happy.
Sorry, I gotta run. Good to see you guys. Thanks.
We should have asked for his signature.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live. Joining me is the secretary from the Torrance Rose Float Association, Gilles. Welcome back.
Hi, Hiba. It's so wonderful to be here and to see you again.
And it's so wonderful that you're here tonight to talk about an upcoming fundraiser that's so important for the Torrance Rose Float Association and for the 2020 Rose Float. So tell me about the exciting fundraiser that's just around the corner.
Well, as you know, for the last few years, we've had this major fundraiser, which has been a luau. This year, it's our 4th annual luau fundraiser, and we are jazzed about it. This year, we're actually doing it a little differently. And we're going to, instead of the Ken Miller, we're actually going to the Torrance Women's Club. So, which is fun because it's going to be a plated dinner and a 3-course dinner with dessert, and we're going to be served food instead of buffet style. So that's an upgrade.
It sounds delicious. It's happening Saturday, July 27th, 5 p.m., as you mentioned, at the Torrance Women's Club. The biggest thing is that tickets are on sale now, and you can only buy them now in advance. So tell me about that.
Well, if you go online to the torrancerosefloat.org site, you can pay through PayPal, or you can go ahead and mail in your coupon from the flyer. We have seats available. Tickets for adults are $50. Tickets for children from 3 to 12 are $25, and under 3 is free. We are actively looking for more people to join us. We are, if you had a chance, you got to see an article about this in the Daily Breeze today. So we are looking forward to you attending.
So let's get people excited about this luau. What will be happening? You talked about the food, but there's a silent auction. There's much more. So tell us all about it.
Well, first of all, we have entertainment. And last year we were introduced to the South Bay Strummers. And they're a ukulele group. And we thought, kind of hokey. Honestly, they are awesome. They are so wonderful. And these are volunteers who learn how to play ukulele, and they play the neatest music. And they're not all island music. They're music that we grew up with. And then this year, we're actually having a new dance group. The dance group from Akua Ohana Ohula from Gardena will be showing their gracefulness for us, and they are just a beautiful set of dancers. So we're looking forward to them. And of course, we have DJ Ozzy, who will be there to play music for us during the event.
And as you just mentioned, tickets are $50, and all of the proceeds will go back to the Torrance Rose Float Association. And for many in the community, they know that without you guys, we wouldn't have a float every year in the parade. So tell us, how important is this fundraiser for the organization?
Well, it's very important. As you may know, we are subsidized by the City of Torrance, but we need to fundraise for the rest of the money. And the monies are used for Decorating Week, which is the buses to take the decorators up, to provide them lunch, to provide snacks, to buy all the swag that we're going to resell, and any other events that we're doing throughout the year. So it's really important. We're looking to raise a minimum of $50,000+, and we're on our way, but we still are looking. And remember, the float is in January 2020. So we are definitely in that pathway right now.
And I know recently the Torrance Rose Float Association unveiled the sketch, which we're going to talk about in just a few. But I want to mention that there will be some silent auction items. What's up for grabs?
Okay, we have Dodger tickets.
Oh, that's a good one.
We have Mulligan party package. We have tickets to the Beauty and the Beast. That's going to be the Armstrong plus dinner. We have tickets to, there's a spa day. We have, and if you're a wine lover, we have wine tasting for 12. So that's just some of the items that we have. We do have other items, and of course we have our baskets, our opportunity drawing baskets, which have different values to them. And of course, I think it was last year we introduced something called the Rose Garden. And the Rose Garden is, you buy a rose for $20, and you have a little ticket next to it with a number on it. The number relates to an envelope. The envelope has inside a gift card valued at $25 to, this year, $39. And then for $40, you can get a gift card that's worth more than $40 and up. So we have several of those too. And those Rose Garden roses were sold out immediately. So we are looking forward to not only you enjoying the entertainment, our food, the ambiance, and to support the Torrance Rose Float Association with these items.
I think it's also such a great community event, and people really do get a first-hand chance to meet all the board members and to learn more about what the Torrance Rose Float Association is all about. Because you guys are all volunteers and you dedicate so many hours to make sure that we have this tradition continue in the city of Torrance.
Yes, what's really interesting this year, we each have a graph, and on our graph we're putting in the number of hours on a daily basis, so that at the end of the year we can see actually how many hours we have put in. And there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you don't know about. Even the fact that we spend a few minutes creating a flyer for one of our Restaurant for Roses events. I mean, that's all taken into consideration for volunteer hours. And of course, we're usually at several events throughout the city in order to help promote and remind people about the Torrance Rose Float Association. The Rock Around the Block is coming up in July, in July,
very
right.
soon.
And we will all be there next week. And so come by our tent and feel free to buy a ticket for the luau. And you can also buy a rose vial, which is an awesome gift that you can give someone for a small donation of $10. The rose vials you will have a little tag, a little memory or in honor of, and that goes on the float. So when the float is coming down Colorado Boulevard, you can go, that's my rose.
And to talk more about the float this year that's going to be in 2020, talk to me about the theme and what people can expect. I know we're going to pull up a sketch for people who don't know yet how the float looks. It's beautiful, and it really hits close to home right here, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, the theme for the Tournament of Roses is Power of Hope. And the theme for our float is called Our Garden of Hope and Dreams. And this was a concept design by high school student Elia Kang. And she created this, which then went to our float designer, Fiesta Floats, and Fiesta Floats created what you're seeing on the screen. And this is based on the Pinewood Japanese Garden. So we're going to have waterfalls, we're going to have the bridge, there'll be a koi pond, and if you take a look on the rock, there is a little turtle, and we're doing a contest that says Name the Turtle. So feel free to send in your turtle name, any name that you'd like.
Cute.
And the winner's going to get 2 tickets to the celebration dinner in February.
It's such a beautiful float.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about the vision for it so far. I know there's certain flowers and authentic greenery that actually is in the marsh that will be on the float.
Right. And our float designer was here. He took all sorts of photos to make sure that he had pictures and the different flowers and the different colors. And whatever we have live is going to be on the float. They're going to do the best they can to get it to look just like the Pinewood Gardens. So
amazing. And for people who are tuning in right now, the 4th annual Torrance Rose Float Association Luau is around the corner. You can buy tickets right now to attend, but for some reason you can't make it out. There's many other ways to help out the Torrance Rose Float Association, and one of them, of course, is decorating the float. So I hear people can sign up to become a member and have an opportunity to do this.
yes, actually every decorator has to be a member. Single membership is just $20. We do have official sign-ups in October and November. However, you can go to the website at any time at www.torrancerosefloat.org, and you can pull up the documents and sign up there to be a member, and you can sign up to be a volunteer. Of course, you know that we don't actually decorate at the float until December 26th through the 30th. But the Saturday after Thanksgiving and the following Saturday, we have what's called dry days. And you can come up and cut the dry flowers. And you don't need to be a member in order to do that. But we do transport you up.
Of course, many people see this on national TV, the final product,
Yes.
the float coming down Colorado Boulevard. But really, it's a project, a massive project that starts the day after the final float comes down. So can you give some insight on what it's like to bring such a beautiful float to life?
Well, here's the thing. The tournament is going to have a kickoff for the 2021 float. I think September, October. So we're going to get a hint of what the theme is going to be for the 2021 year. And at that point, we start to send out forms to the high schools in all of Torrance high schools to get a concept design started so that we can choose our concept design for the float builder come January. And that way we can start working on it, and the city gets involved in that as well. So we start before the end of the year. Before we're finished with this float, we start with the next float. So that's why we're constantly fundraising in order to have seed money for the following year.
It's definitely an exciting time. And are there any seats left on the float? How does that work?
Yes, actually there is. One thing to know is that the student that wins, whose concept design is the winning concept sketch, there is a company, Plasma Technology, that's been buying their seat for them, so they get to ride on the float. But we have one seat left this year. For a mere $1,500, which was one of our fundraisers, we have one seat available. And if you've never ridden the float, it is a bucket list item. I did it back in 2011 or 2012, and it was a kick and a half. So we really hope that someone out there is ready to be a float rider for us real soon.
How exciting. And what are some other ways people can support you guys? There's other items, t-shirts, pins, you mentioned the rose vials.
Right.
How can people support?
Well, even if you can't make the luau, we will always take donations. So feel free to make a donation. If you work for a company and the company is looking to make a donation, they're able to do it. They can send in their money. We'll be happy to receive it. We do have gift items depending on the price that they give, the amount that they give us, and we are looking forward to the City of Torrance supporting the Torrance Rose Float Association again this year.
And before I let you go, I do want to mention that your team is looking for board members for next year.
Yes.
So what does that mean? What is a time commitment if anyone that's watching is interested?
Well, we have meetings once a month, but of course there are activities that we all participate in, and there are different board positions, director positions that are going to be available. So if you've ever had an inkling of being with us to help support the Torrance Rose Float Association, please give us a call. The telephone number is on our website, and just leave a message and we will contact you back.
Well, Carol, thank you so much for your time. Anything else you'd like to add about the 4th Annual Luau that I hope viewers will definitely buy a ticket for that's just around the corner?
We are just looking to have you come and enjoy the luau with us. I mean, I'm ready. I got my puka shells on.
Oh, yes, and those special necklaces you did mention.
Yes, my turtle and my pineapple.
Thank you so much, Carol. Have a great night.
Thanks, Hiba. Bye-bye.
Bye. And as we mentioned earlier, the luau takes place July 27th on Saturday, 5 p.m. Buy tickets in advance right now. Tickets are $50 for adults, $25 for children, and for the first time it's taking place at Torrance Women's Club. And of course, you can get this information at torrancerosefloat.org. You can follow the Torrance Rose Float Association's journey on their Facebook page, follow them, and much more. Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. Also, if you missed any portion of the show, you can catch it all on Torrance City Cable's YouTube page. Have a great night.